Okay, so in here, talking a little bit about the architecture first, part of what we wanted to do in this house is to use a very simple plan and very straightforward workable plan that would be fairly easy to construct, and that is how we offset some of the costs, in fact, of the added green features, is by doing a very simple plan and something that could be built quickly and without a lot of fuss. The only place we've used incandescents are really in places like over vanities and in some cases over a kitchen sink where we want a lot of light for working. In the case of the kitchen, there's going to be lower fluorescent fixture that comes down from the ceiling and will a pendant basically that will give you more light on the work surface, and there's all under cabinet lighting. So we've only used incandescent where we have to basically. Although in LEED, for the LEED system, you can have a mix of incandescent and CFL lights, so energy efficient lighting, Energy Star lighting basically has to be 60% of your all of the fixtures in your house. All ceiling fans have to be Energy Star rated. Okay. This roof was designed so that we could, in fact, build a second story on this. The other things that we've talked about planning here is it's got a TPO roof, which is a membrane roof, a very tough. It's a thermopolyolefin. I believe is what TPO stands for, and what we wanted to do, but again finances hamstrung us a little bit here, is you can do a containerized green roof system. So they essentially come out with planter boxes and they place it on top of the TPO roof, and you have a green roof which helps control the runoff of rainwater. Given that it's a white roof, I don't know if there's that big a deal in terms of the heat island effect, but it could be a really kind of a cool space out there with a terrace and things like that. And those are all things that we've left open for the owner to add if they want to. To the greatest extent possible, we've tried to make this house a place where people could age in place, basically, that everything that you need, a couple would need to live in this house is on one floor. The bedroom's on one floor with the kitchen and the living room and everything else. And there's a mudroom that could act as a laundry. So you could live on one floor your entire life here, basically. The only place where we had any trouble was that because you want to get everything off the ground for durability purposes so that you don't have bugs and moisture and things getting into your wood, you end up having to raise the finished floor a little bit higher than grade, and then that means that if you had wheelchairs, you'd have to have ramps and all sorts of things. So we've thought as much of that through as possible, but we haven't installed all of the ramps and things.
Do you see an interest in reproducing some of the systems and the concepts that you've been talking about?
I think that we learned a lot on this house in terms of what to do and what not to do and how to do it and getting it done efficiently, and so we learned a lot, and we hope to apply all of those lessons to any other project that we do. Being an architecture firm doing custom houses, we won't use it as a literal prototype, but I think that we have learned a lot, and we'll use all of those lessons on any other project that we do in the future. Our lumber, in fact, is not FSC certified. We talked about that as an option, but we were driven to some degree by LEED on this, and LEED gives you, I think, half a point for FSC certified framing all throughout the exterior envelope. They give you a whole point for having a shoe bench in your entry.
Do you literally mean a shoe bench, or is that a technical term for something I don't know?
It's a shoe bench. The shoe bench encourages people to take their shoes off rather than track the dirt through the house. And that's, therefore, it's considered an indoor air quality point.
Yeah, my mother must have sat on the lead before.
So, it's just that, you actually get more points for that than you get for all FSC certified wood. I mean, it just doesn't make sense from a cost point of view. And again, as I say, I think that in time, a lot of these things will be worked out of the LEED system. But right now, there's still some weird things going on there. My personal view is that LEED is pushing us in the right direction, but they still have things like the bench, the shoe bench versus FSC, which has a tendency to drive you to get points and doesn't always get the best balance of sustainability, for any individual project. Just, any kind of a standard always makes it hard to necessarily do things right on a specific project. And so I think that we would definitely want to do another possibly net zero house, but not necessarily LEED.